vibe. Melly Mill and Reeta P arrive. Real talk, no fake disguise. Laughs and truths, they harmonize. Mike's hot, the mood is fire.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Keeping It Real with Millie Mill and
Reeta P.
Sorry, guys, been away for a while. It's been a lot of adulting that we both had to do. So we're back at you guys with a brand new episode. This is something that I think has affected everyone, what we're going to talk about today, more than we all know. And it doesn't matter what side you're on, if you're on the left or you're on the right, the front, the back, whatever. I think this topic today is really going to affect everyone. And one of the main topics the main topic actually that we're going to discuss is the blatant racism that is going on in America now, and then the blatant disrespect for anyone who is not of a certain descent. Did I say that pretty good? Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So we all know that the situation happened earlier in the month with the unaliving of Mr. CK, Charlie Kirk. That was horrific, especially the way it came out. Even though a lot of his speech was kind of derogatory towards me and Reeta. You know what I mean? I still don't think anyone should have to be unalived in that manner. And that violent and vulgar in front of, hundreds of people, then soon to be millions of people to see it. I wanted to start off with a video that kind of really sparked some of the disdain that people had with him and listening to him, I think it shows kind of a lack of compassion. But before I go into it, I'm going to go ahead and play a clip of it so that way you guys all can see it.
I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage.
You had a daughter and she was 10 and she got and she was going to give birth
I
and
do
she
have
would
a
no
daughter.
wait oh and she was going to give birth and she was going to live. Would you want her to go through that and carry her baby?
That's awfully graphic.
It's no, but it's a real life scenario that happens to many people.
The answer is yes, the baby would be delivered.
The Civil Rights Act of 1964 as a huge mistake.
Correct. Sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment. Note in our piece.
Okay, now I want to stop right there. Because first of all, the beginning of the video started with, he doesn't believe in empathy is a real factual thing.
And the fact that you're talking about it, it's a new age term, sir. It's been around since the early 1900s. It's not new. It's
not
a
new.
psychological term that has been used since, I believe, like 1909 or something like that. Let's not do that.
And granted, yeah, sympathy and empathy are different, but you can still, to me, it's showing a level of compassion for something that someone is going through. I think it's showing a sense of caring, and to me, it's kind of like a human to human thing, basically saying, hey, it's going to be all right. You're going through whatever you have. I've been through something maybe similar. You're going to get through it. It's going to be okay. Just keep pushing. And when the question was posed, well, what if it was your daughter? All of a sudden, your sentiment changes. Well, the baby's going to be delivered. So, okay, it's your daughter. So now you're going to probably have empathy and care about your daughter.
Right.
Because of her situation.
I mean, according to him, no. I mean, you shouldn't have it no matter what the circumstances are.
Exactly. But the part where I stopped the clip at, which was so ironic to me because of the way everything happened with the ending of his situation, that he states clearly that, yeah, there's going to have to be some more deaths in order to keep our Second Amendment right. Now, my question is...
I know everybody's not religious. Everybody's not Christian.
Mm-hmm.
But baby, the power of the tongue. Okay,
The power of the tongue. The
I'm
power.
Christian. Okay, I'm religious. So the power
So
of the
am I.
tongue.
It is true. You know, you speak it, it comes to pass.
Facts.
Trust me, I spoke a lot of stuff that has come to pass. That's why I'm very cautious about what I say. You
Right.
know, I don't even like the term where people jokingly, "Oh, I'm dead." I'm like, that's not. Mm-mm. I don't even use that term. You know.
Like when
Um.
people say like "f my life" or "f your," don't do
Mm-mm.
that. Don't do
Mm-mm.
that.
I'm like, well, shit is just really hard right now. That's all I'm gonna say. You
Listen.
know, even when I was financially challenged, I never said I was broke. I said I'm financially challenged right now. So,
I have said that I'm broke as a joke, but
mhm,
I need to
as a
stop saying
joke,
that as a joke
yeah,
because I know I'm not broke. I don't have the money that I would like to have, is what I probably should be saying, but I'm definitely
exactly.
not broke, and I definitely don't want to speak that upon myself because maybe she
I
got
worked
standards
too
and a
hard not to be,
lifestyle and a mortgage
but
shit. Okay, should be
like,
paying.
oh, gosh, that first come around way too quick. Um, but just the power of the tongue itself, I really want to know what went across his mind after what happened. Did he have the same? Did he even think about stating that before? One, two. Did you still feel the same way after you become the victim?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I
Well,
don't
he's
know.
dead, so he can't tell us how he felt about
I
that.
know.
But just the way that people are set up, I just feel like because it's you now, it changes. I feel like
Hmm.
if he was
Hmm.
alive or if he would have survived or if he was in the third world looking on,
Yeah.
I like, dang.
Exactly. Like,
I mean,
oh,
I want people
it's
to feel bad
different.
that I'm dead. Like it's a big
Yeah.
deal that I'm dead, according to some people, right?
Right. Right.
So I mean, I could imagine that he would feel that way, but
I mean,
hey, if he one of the people that take it to the grave, which he probably literally just did, he might stand 10 toes down and be like, "Don't be crying about. Don't feel bad that I'm dead. Don't empathize. Don't feel bad for my wife. Don't feel
right.
bad for my children." I mean, if he's standing 10 toes down, that should be his stance if he were to
Mm,
survive or if he was onlooking from another world. But
exactly. You know, and it's sad that we're even in this state having to talk about stuff like this again. You know, we went through, and he even mentioned something about he thought the 1964 Civil Rights Act was a hoax or something, or he disagreed with it. I forget what his exact words were. But this is something that we think about our grandparents. You know, my mom grew up in it, but she was still like a young teenager then. So she really wasn't involved in it like, she was older. But
mhm,
you think that it was said and done then, and that was it.
right.
And here we are 50 years, almost 60 years later. It's like everything just redid itself and we're right back
Look,
to square one
how
almost.
how fashion makes its way around. Here we
Hmm.
go with civil rights and just our rights in general.
All rights in general, you know.
The ideas, the perception, and maybe it's not coming back around. Maybe it just never went away. Maybe it was covered up.
I think it
It
was
was
suppressed.
huh?
I think it was suppressed.
Yeah, definitely suppressed.
Hmm.
But now that you have people in these political positions that have this stance, people feel comfortable to come
Hmm.
out and say what they've been suppressing all these years. But I feel like you need to go and keep it suppressed because
Right,
we're not our
right.
ancestors.
We're not, and they're finding that out. Even with Trump sending these troops out. I know it was wherever he sent them the first time. Was it ICE? It was actually ICE that went somewhere where it was a group of Haitians. And them Haitians like, look, do y'all understand where we come from? Oh, we already overturned our government.
Listen, them Haitians is good with the machetes, I believe. That
Yeah,
might be a
yeah.
stereotype. I don't know.
No,
But from what I've heard, hey,
from what I heard,
I'm
them
not.
shit,
Let's just
they didn't
stop.
come back. They didn't come back. And then they went to Memphis, and I mean, you saw them dudes riding around on the tanks. They didn't took the wheels off of the Humvees, had it sitting on bricks.
I just feel like America is a hot ghetto mess.
It is.
We're
It
all over
is.
the place. And I'm happy
Mm-hmm.
for us that we're taking the stance. The 92% is taking that stance to where
Mm-hmm.
it ain't our business.
Mm-mm.
We're
Mm-mm.
gonna mind our
It's,
business, which is what Karen should do, and they don't.
right.
But we're gonna stick to that, and I think
As
that's
long as it
good
don't
for
come
us.
to my front door, because if it starts coming to my front door, trust me, it's going to be a different sentiment. But as long as you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you.
Right.
That's period in life. Now, if
Hey,
you want to start,
hey, like what's his name said on Boys in the Hood? He ain't bothering you, so don't fuck with him.
right?
Period. That's how it
Period.
goes.
That's exactly how
Black
it goes.
people, let me teach you a
Leave
little life
me
lessons, okay?
alone, right? Leave me alone. But it's just a trip seeing this, and then sending National Guard. You're sending people who are our sons and daughters and our neighbors who are in the National Guard to come police your citizens. Like we're just out here trying to overturn the government, and that's not even happening.
I think the thing that I would like to know
Hmm.
is because I'm pretty sure that everybody's that's in the services, they don't support the
Yeah,
mission, what's going
yeah,
on. So I wonder how they're feeling about having to enforce things that
exactly.
they don't believe in or that they don't support. It'd be interesting to get someone to speak out about that. I don't know if anybody has, I'm a little detached right now from social media because there's been a lot going on. Like I
Well,
didn't even know who this guy Kirk, whatever his name was. I didn't even know
I
who he
had
was till he died. So
I had heard
uh
of him.
yeah, I didn't even hear of him. I don't
Mm,
yeah, I haven't really been on social media like that. But even
hmm.
apparently he's been around for a very long time, but still just never.
Right,
Maybe he's not in my algorithm. I don't know because I don't be
right,
looking up
right. He
racist,
wasn't in
hateful shit.
mine either.
But
I think I just saw him, like, heard some excerpts and blurps from this last election, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like when I really do hear that kind of talk and rhetoric, I immediately turn it off. It's like that's
yeah,
not what I want to absorb into my spirit. You
right.
know, one thing that I did notice with him because he was only 31, and he got pretty blasted into the limelight, I guess. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
To with this kind of rhetoric because it's pushing that hate speech, and those people used to have that mind frame suppressed, or they would keep it in their own little small groups. Felt comfortable to come out. Now I could think back when we were 31. We thought we were grown. We were doing grown stuff. We had our own places and stuff like that. But now being 47, looking back at 31, I haven't lived life yet. You were just a lot of people getting out of college, and then they got their little first place trying to get their feet wet in their job,
Right.
making stripes for themselves, trying to figure out what this thing called life is. Because once you hit 30, everybody's like, you ain't a baby no more. Yeah, you better figure it out. The
Definitely.
20s you can make little mistakes, but by the
Shit,
time
there
you're
was a
30,
point I think when the average life expectancy was 38. So come on.
right.
Listen.
And I just think back when our parents were like 30, 31. You remember they used to look so grown. Like, oh my God, you
Yes.
guys look so grown. Um, but to me, I'm like, he's saying all this stuff, but he hadn't even really lived life to have some life experience. You know what I
But
mean?
these are clearly things that are taught. They're generational.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
You've learned
definitely.
that at a young age. So for you to be so adamant and speak so boldly about it, like you've learned that. That is your culture, and apparently that is what you're teaching your children because your wife is out to seek revenge for whatever happened to you. So I mean that's your culture and your family. It's
And
generational.
that's
Like
who I feel sorry for is the children, actually, because, from when they didn't ask to be brought up into this world. And if you're talking this, you already know they're teaching them that. And to me, it's kind of like you're making them a target without even having a chance. You know what I
right,
mean? Without let them develop who they want to be. Um, you know, for the most part, I grew up multicultural. I grew up in Riverside. So it was always a mix of everyone that was around, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. We even had a little African split in there, and some other little things. Um, but I thought everywhere was like that for years,
Right.
until you know what I mean. You start to experience more and more in life, and you're like, oh, it's not. Um, Even my brother Damon and I'm a little bit lighter skinned than he is, and he's darker skinned. And he said he had to really work his butt off because he was darker skinned, where to me, like, skin color didn't matter. And I was like, was I ever privileged for being a little lighter? I never thought so. You know what I mean? I never
Right.
tried to, like, I never thought I was light skinned until, like, probably got 1920, and everyone was like, you light skinned? I'm like, no, I'm brown. Like,
Right.
light skin was
You
to
can't
me
tell me I
like,
ain't chocolate. Okay.
right,
Even though I'm not.
right.
I've heard that
Light
I'm
skin to
not
me
chocolate or
is piss
whatever.
yellow. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like yellow when I think of light skin. So,
Right.
you know,
Right.
yeah. But
So what's our next video?
our next video, it's more of his antics. Hold on, let me go to it. This
And
is
I know we
where,
didn't even touch on the ignorance he was feeling about that black woman being a pilot. I'm sure we'll come back to that.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I, white man,
Hold
have
on,
to
let me
play for
rewind.
black people get reparations.
I believe they should.
So I, white man, have to play for black people. Why?
Wow, that's a really selfish thing you
No,
just said.
hold on. Why should I
That's
have?
a really non-empathetic thing to
Wait,
say.
why should I have empathy for a race? I have white guilt because I breathe? Why should the white students here have to work harder to pay for black kids?
You wanted to ask a
What is
question,
that all
right?
about?
Not every
Now, with that being said, first of all, how are the white students working harder to play for black kids in the college? For one. For two, when did we get reparations? I'm still waiting on my check. I really don't need the check. Give me my 40 acres and the mule.
Listen,
And
it just be ignorant. It really is.
and
And I think that people and this could be anybody. I feel like people
mm,
follow the confidence, right? Because you
mm-hmm,
seem like you know what you're saying. You seem
mm-hmm,
legit. You seem on point. You're very
mm-hmm.
confident in what you're saying. You're confident in your stupidity.
Yeah,
And some people just can't see past that. And it's like, come on,
I
sir.
think that's the same with y'all's president.
Yeah, students are paying tuition, and you think that the tuition you're paying goes to fund black kids to go to school? No, that would be the federal government. That is how they're getting the money, which is why they're trying to shut it down so black people can't go to school. So, I mean, the fact that you think that you're paying for, which
You're
is why
paying
you
for
think
me
we
to
don't
go
need
to school?
reparations.
Right. That's why they have student loans. That's why so many people have them. I mean, and then you could say the same about the white people. I mean, y'all got just as many student loans as we do. Okay, college to me, for one, is way too expensive. It's overly expensive, you know?
Especially when other countries are giving away education for free.
Exactly.
I want to move to
Exactly.
Brazil just to finish this degree and then come back.
Okay.
Because
Even my old boss, her brother and his wife, they moved to New Zealand, and they're both physicians in New Zealand, and they said it takes 5 years to become a physician in New Zealand. Everyone the first year, everyone has to take like this one course. It's the same course. Then after that first year, you're straight into medical school. You're starting to do rounds. You're starting to do all of that, and they come out a lot less money than paying $300,000 for school. Then plus they're a physician in 5 years compared to 12, 13 years.
right. Well, according to Trump's great plan, he's going to help us with that. He's going to make sure that we're not able to get our education by minimizing the amount of dollars that we can borrow for ourselves and our children to pursue their education. So, according to him, the great plan is going to help us not accrue so much debt with our education. If we can't pay cash, then guess what? We don't deserve to be educated.
And he ain't even educated. Did he graduate?
It just, I'm still stuck on we got a whole felon leading our country, and we got motherfucking felons that can't vote. And once I get past that, then I can probably focus on some of this stuff that's happening now. But I'm still stuck on that.
I'm stuck on it. Like, where did they do that? And I thought once upon a time, and I was a history major, but I thought if you had a felony, you couldn't run for president. I thought that used to be
You
the
definitely
case.
can't vote. I mean, you can
Yeah.
vote. There's ways around it, but you got to know what those ways are. But I mean, it would make sense that if you can't vote with a felony, that you shouldn't be able to
Run the
hold the
country.
highest political office, let alone
Of
any other
all.
political office. Because
Right.
I mean, I don't know if judges commit crimes, but
I don't think they can either.
I
I
would
was just, it's funny
assume
that you
that they
said
would
that.
be removed from their
I was sitting here
position.
thinking that, like, I know they can't commit a crime. I mean, the
I
FBI
mean, they're
can't even
upheld to the
have,
highest standard, and they're judges.
right. The FBI can't have a crime. You can't be in the FBI. If I wanted to be an FBI agent and Damien committed a crime, I couldn't be an FBI agent because he committed a crime.
You can't volunteer at a school with certain crimes.
Right.
Volunteer. You can't give
Right.
away free labor.
And
So
someone I
I'm
know,
just, I'm still stuck on that.
their daughter, their granddaughter actually had a baby at a young age. And so the grandparents went to adopt the baby because the granddad had a DUI in like 1984. He couldn't adopt a baby. Now,
Yeah.
1984,
He
40 years
sold back
ago,
to
for
them when he
real?
was 18. CPS said no. We need to
Right,
get that. We got to clear that. And
right.
depending on what it was, like I had a one of my grandparents on my case trying to get this kid that was just so hard to place her. And so the grandma was like, "Fuck it, I'll get her. I'll take her."
Right.
And she had indulged in a little, excuse me, something just flew in my eye, or not flew in my eye, but right in my eye, but had
Right.
indulged in a little prostitution, and she well over 55 now. Okay, that was when she was
Right.
18. But no, couldn't get the
Wow.
girl. Couldn't get
That's
anyway. It wasn't even a felony. It was a misdemeanor,
mm-hmm.
and I want to say that it was like the time had gone by, so it wasn't even a factor anymore. But
Right.
it was a factor to that system trying to, Department of Justice.
But now you have somebody with multiple felonies, and they blatantly
I
said
mean,
when he
multiple, like more than 10. Is it more than 20? Was it 32? I
probably.
mean,
But not only that, the first term when he was on a hot mic talking about grabbing by the pussy, I'm like, seriously? Oh my! If a Barack even mentioned, insinuated something like that, that would have been a frenzy, a media frenzy, and oh
Right.
my God, that would have been looking under his toenails for everything, trying to find something on him. And I think that's really what that's really what pissed Agent Orange off. That's what I call him. Because Barack, for one, was the first black man president. I mean, even though he was mixed, he was still black. He had
I
no
mean,
faults.
according to their rules, was it one drop?
One drop, and he had multiple drops. So, but they couldn't find anything on him. He said he used to smoke cigarettes, and he stopped once he got into the White House. The biggest thing they ever found on him was he wore a tan suit. Like, he was the first president to ever wear a tan suit. Who cares what damn color suit he got on?
Hey,
Like, seriously?
sometimes those tan suits be a big deal. Because let me tell you,
Mm-hmm.
I was telling one of my sorors that I wore a tan suit to my interview to get into the organization. Maybe they talked about me.
Did they?
They did. Because you were supposed to. So it's a big deal apparently. I
didn't get that memo.
So now I don't feel bad because Barack Obama got admonished for doing that. And
I still got my tan suit hanging up in the closet, so
listen,
I'm
I
aware.
still got that tan suit too, but I can't get it. But I still got it. And I will wear a tan suit today. But anyways, off subject. But yeah.
Right. But still, that's the biggest thing you can find him out. But then Barack roasted him not once but several times, and called him a jackass and all kind of stuff. And so that really hit his ego. So he was like, "Oh well, let me go with this far right rhetoric and get these people on my side." And like he said back in the 80s on a talk show, if he would ever run for president, he would run Republican because he said they're stupid and they fall for anything. That's his words, not mine. And you asked him certain things about, oh, well, what did you think about Biden? I love watching those videos where they tell them, well, what did you think about Biden doing this? They said, oh, wait a minute, that was actually Trump. No, it couldn't have been.
Hmm. You know,
So yeah,
real hot ghetto
let's
mess.
no
We're just
hot
a hot
ghetto
ghetto
mess.
mess. And
Uh
all the countries are talking about us, making fun of us. They won't
and
play with us. We can't sit with them.
that's the sad thing about it. You know, Damien's actually looking for us to move to Panama.
Okay.
He's probably going to go out there November, December, if not January, February. And him and his wife and my nephew are going to plan to stay there for like a month and kind of get the lay of the land, see everything. The road to citizenship is very easy. He just wants to make sure, like, it's we're able to do it. I think it takes all of like 6 months, if that.
Hmm.
And so, it's I think over 90% black in Panama. With Damien's like, I just got to be around my people, even though they speak Spanish, and he was like, there's still a lot of industries down there that we could work for. The housing's cheap. There's a few things that are going to happen. And like I told my brother, if I have to sell this place to put that on a place out there, I'd rather go somewhere where I feel safe and appreciated
Right.
instead of you don't know what's going to happen today. Who's the
Right.
next target? Just because
Right.
the man with the little hands has an issue. And so, but I'm going to play this next clip. And I don't even know why they had to bring her into it because she ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Hold on.
Beyonce, even though she's, I guess, one of the biggest music stars ever, I find her music to be awful, unlistenable,
Same.
and just, quite honestly, just noise. It's not music. It's disgusting.
It feels so good to be alive. Got all my family by my side. Couldn't wipe this black off if I tried. That's why I lift my head with pride.
Okay, first of all, the internet wins
Haters
again.
don't hate. It just
They added all videos though, and you know they
confidence
can't
in your stupidity.
confidence in your stupidity. And it's funny that you brought that up. I was working for this call center one time, and they would QA our calls every now and then. We would never know when they would chime in and listen to your calls. And one of the QA people, she was laughing. She was like, Jamel, she said, you were so confident in telling people all the wrong answers. She said, I started to believe. She said, "Oh my God!" She said, "You like said that with your chest out and everything." And I remember the call because I was sitting there reading something. So they called. I'm just trying to get them off the phone so I can go back to reading whatever I was reading. And she's like, "Oh my God!" She said, "You said stuck your chest out and said that." So I'm saying that to say this, he says all this stupid stuff with confidence.
Yeah.
And people feel if you're confident and if you stand in your convictions, then you're probably right.
Right.
And that's not the truth.
Right. Because
I was,
y'all president be doing that too. He'd be like, no, there were people at my party. No, sir, no one was there.
no
No one
one's
was
there.
clapping. No, I heard clapping. No, it's not.
No, mm-mm.
But
There
you
was
were
over 2
confident in it.
million
You
people
believed
at
it.
my
So okay.
inauguration. Yeah, right. And like I was even telling my god sister yesterday, we do like a little monthly Bible study. I said, people go to this church and they don't even listen to the pastor. They just think because he's a pastor, what he says is right. And I'm like, no, that's why you take notes. That's why you have your own Bible. That's why you pray. And that's why you go back and reference what he said compared to what the word actually says.
Right.
And I was even
Listen,
saying,
because technically we should all be dead right now because the rapture is supposed to come the other
the
day.
other day.
I heard that.
hmm
I was like,
I was like, okay, when did y'all find
confidence
that
in your
out?
stupidity. Okay.
When did Jesus come down and say, okay, y'all, today I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna just let y'all know I'm gonna be here next week.
He was like, I'm gonna update my version of the Bible and tell you I'm gonna give you a hint when I'm coming as opposed to none of y'all ever knowing.
Exactly.
Because that's
Just so
outdated,
y'all could be
right?
ready.
And whatever I
Right.
say, I can say that and be confident in it and you're gonna believe it. So
Oh my God.
Jesus told me that. He said he updated the Bible.
And he said he was coming on Tuesday. So make sure y'all be ready Monday night.
Listen, when I woke up, I said, "Oh," because first of all, I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, "What is everybody
Right.
talking about?" So somebody had to, catch me up because again, I don't be on social media. So I woke
Right.
up the next morning. I said, "Oh, I guess we didn't make it. We're still
Right.
here. We're still here. No
My
eternal glory for us." Okay.
my brother sent me a video talking about this. Lady's like, "What do you wear to the rapture?" She said, "Do you wear anything? Like, should I put on some jeans, or do I need to have a Pentecostal jean skirt on?"
Listen, I probably should have had on all black, dressing all
Right.
black like the Omen.
Oh
Okay.
man, right. Oh my God. They had me rolling with that. I
Not the
was like,
Pentecostal skirt. That is
right, jean
hilarious.
skirt at that.
Not look, I need my out. What they say, dress like it's your last outfit. I am not wearing a Pentecostal skirt on my
Uh-uh.
last day.
No, I'm
Not.
not.
I probably need to have just everything out. That's gonna be my eternal
Right.
outfit. I don't know.
Let me put them all on. I ain't gonna see him
And I
again.
put on some Adidas because they are comfortable. I mean, I love my Jordans, but
Mm-mm.
baby, Adidas I can walk in them forever.
Right.
That's what I got to do.
You can't, because Jordans are comfortable, but it always that one Jordan that might cut off that one toe somewhere.
That
It's either
pinky
on
toe.
right, either it be that one pinky toe or it be right there at the top of your big toe. And you be like, oh my God, like why is my foot keep hitting this?
Listen, I was never like a big Adidas girl, but she got
Uh-huh.
every samba.
I got so many Adidas.
Them shoes are comfortable, and then they got this one sorry, random
No.
style. It got memory
Uh-huh.
foam in them. I said, I got 3 pairs of
Oh,
those. I love them.
oh, I need to find those.
Memory foam.
I know those are
Those would be
cushy.
my eternal shoes. One of
Right,
those.
your eternal shoes.
My rapture Adidas.
Right.
Okay.
If I'm gonna walk around heaven, let me walk around comfortable.
On these memory foam, on these clouds, literally.
Okay. So
I
speaking
just,
of, okay,
I just, and let's say maybe Beyonce is not the greatest singer, right? But she's
uh-huh,
a total performer, so we kind of
yeah,
group
yeah.
that in together. But the fact that she can't sing at all,
I hate when people say that because if
Mr.
you
Kirk,
like actually listen
it's a no
to
for me.
Beyonce, like that, she's the only person I know the exact moment where I was when I first heard their voice. The only
You
singer.
heard who?
When I first heard Beyonce's voice, I remember exactly where I was, around the time of day it was, what I was doing. So I was on Sunset by Tower Records. They had this it was that first year in Northridge, and they had this rent a car place right next to Tower Records. And you could rent a car like if you were 18 and over. So, me going to Northridge, I'm like, let me go rent a little Jeep. You remember I had that Jeep that time? When
No,
we went to Metro and Seconda was pregnant
no,
and I couldn't get in. And came with my roommate from Northridge.
no,
Wow.
no.
Yeah,
I wasn't there, and I'll tell you why later. But yeah, I wasn't
okay.
there.
I thought it was oh no. Yeah, I forgot. It wasn't us four. I think you were there, but you didn't come with us. Yeah, I forgot. Okay.
Right, right.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, and these girls was in this convertible driving by and they was playing No, 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 the first one. And I heard that, boy, I really know you can see it in my eyes, whatever she said. I was looking like,
Mhm.
who is that? I'm
Right.
like, wait a minute. So yeah, that's my little Beyonce story. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
Beyonce. I mean, he just be saying whatever. It just
he says
I
whatever
just
for
rather him
shock
just
value.
anytime. I would just rather for him anytime anybody said anything about a black person. I don't like black people. I don't
Right,
like black people. Like you don't have to go into specifics and try to justify stupidity. Just say I don't like black people. And I respect
right,
that more.
right.
But you lying and saying that someone can't sing when they clearly can.
And,
Now no one says she's the best singer, but she can
no,
sing.
she could sing, and she has her moments. She could do what she want to do. She'll haul off and hit some operatic stuff real quick, and and just go ham. But going back to what he said
I
about
don't know if
the
that's me
black
frozen or
pilot.
if it's you. It was frozen for a second. I missed it.
Okay.
What'd you say?
No, I said she can hit some operatic stuff every now and again, but let's go back to what he said about the black pilot getting on the plane. Talking about I hope they qualify. Sir, if you're
But
on an
yet you got
airline,
these white pilots coming on there driving drunk.
I've never
But you
known a
want to
black
know if this
pilot to
black
crash a
woman is
plane.
qualified? If you don't knock it off, sir.
And everyone has to go through the same amount of hours, the same amount of training before they can actually commercially fly. That's not the airlines policy. That's FAA policy.
Right. So that is basically, I mean, again, confidence in your stupidity. So you see anybody black in a prestigious position, you're automatically questioning their credentials. They
Hmm.
must have lied, or they must have mistakenly been, like, come on. That's like
No,
me
that
seeing all
doesn't.
these white people. I mean, granted, a lot of them probably shouldn't be in these positions, but I'm not saying none of them deserved it. None
No.
of them earned it.
And see where they fail to realize, even going back to the affirmative action um, topic of it, they always figure, oh, you got in because affirmative action. Affirmative action only made you guys have to look at other minorities, but we still had to have the same qualifications or above in order to still get there. I couldn't go in there with a junior high diploma and say, oh, I want to come in here and join this college and get a degree.
Right.
They're gonna look at me
Only
like,
because I'm
no,
black. Right?
right,
No.
because I'm black and you have to fill your quota. You know, they're like, this is gonna be a waste of time and money. you know,
Right. I just,
so
it's just honestly, I mean, again, he was stupid.
he does things for shock value, and he does things because he knows idiots will get riled up, and that's the kind of stuff that they like. And the more clickbait really you can
Well,
get.
that's what colonizers and organizers do. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you say things that may or may not be true. As long as you have
Mm-hmm.
a following, you're going to get people in an uproar. You're going to create dissension, and then here we are
Mm-hmm.
fighting over whether we should be so bad that you died or not. I'm sorry that
It
you got
don't.
killed, because people are going to say he got
Uh,
murdered. Okay, whether you got murdered, whether we should feel bad you got murdered. So
I don't have a feeling about it, and um, so
I don't have a feeling
it
about
just,
either. Again, I didn't even know who the guy was. I had to Google him. Like,
and
who?
I
Why?
don't
Why
think
are we
I got
trusting him?
the right. I didn't get the clip, but that's another thing that baffled me. So he was killed by a white Republican male at a white school in Utah. We wasn't nowhere to be found. Why are you guys sending bomb threats to HBCUs the next day? What that got? Why we got to get pulled into all this shit when we ain't had shit to do with it? Wasn't even caring about this man. 9 out of 10 of us, I'll say 9.8 out of 10 of us didn't even know who the hell he was.
I'm part of that 9.8. I had to
Right.
Google.
He
I
was
was
a
like,
non-factor. He was a non-factor. And here we go, minding our own damn business, and hear the news. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Okay, what y'all want to get from the stove? You know what I'm saying? It's just like how it went.
you know, I think the part that killed me too is, I'm gonna say locally, even locally, you have somebody
Hmm.
commit a crime, they pull you over, you fit the description, like it's you because you fit the description. You're black, you have on black, you have on a hoodie.
Right.
That these determining factors that people have saw makes you
Hmm.
the suspect. But then when we come to, I don't even know the guy's name that killed him. Um, he has some of the characteristics of the potential suspect. Not it. Like, why can't you say this man did it? Why you don't want to
Right.
say he may or may not look like
He did it. You could tell he
the
was
nigga got
crazy.
gunpowder on his arm? Come on, let's not play these games.
And it's always the same kind of look, the same kind of person, the same kind of loner. Sits there in front of their computer all day doing this crap. I don't know if you heard today, there's been two more mass shootings between last night and today.
You said what?
There's been two more mass shootings between last night and today.
Oh no, I haven't. Listen, I haven't. I
So
need to get on social media more.
so
Listen,
in Maryland, some guy that is this bar, I guess, off the docks, went and shot up people at this bar, then jumped and got in his boat and left. Then now in Michigan, somebody shot up a Mormon church and then some kind of way it's set on fire. So that's like the latest big thing that's actually going on now. And right before we actually got on, um, I saw that they just put the fire out, but I'm like, what in the hell's going on?
where are the suspects black?
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Are we Mormon? You know, some of us they like to. I had this one lady. Oh, I'm a LDS, a Latter Day Saint. Well, I hope that works out for you. Continue on to be with people who don't like it. But we'll take your money.
Listen,
They like that green that
cute.
you can give, but they don't like that black that's on their skin.
Listen, they definitely don't like it, but you know.
They don't. They don't. So speaking of that, and it's ironic that this is part of our. I shouldn't say part of our problem, but this is a blessing that we are of people that are forgiving. But sometimes I think it is a curse as well. Sometimes we just need to hold a grudge and not be happy. So I'm going to play this clip of this black pastor who actually had some positive, not positive words to say about Charlie, but about the situation. And they're really uplifting. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Let me go live.
Charlie Kirk did not deserve to be assassinated. But I'm overwhelmed seeing the flags of the United States of America at half-staff calling this nation to honor and venerate a man who was an unapologetic racist and spent all of his life sowing seeds of division and hate into this land. And hearing people with selective rage who were mad about Charlie Kirk but didn't give a damn about Melissa Hortman and her husband when they were shot down in their home, tell me I ought to have compassion for the death of a man who had no respect for my own life. I am sorry, but there's nowhere in Bible where we are taught to honor evil.
That part.
And how you die does not redeem how you lived.
No, that's right.
Right.
You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life. I can abhor the violence that took your life, but I don't have to celebrate how you chose to live.
Right.
I am overwhelmed.
Hey,
Right.
nobody could
He
have
put
said it
the
better.
he put the nail
Nobody
on
could
the
have
head.
said it better.
Couldn't have said it better. Your
He
the
should have
way
passed
you
around a
died.
collection plate after that, because
Right. Look, because our show would have been given some
definitely would have donated to the building fund because
man, building
maybe
fund, the light bulb fund, whatever fund.
the pastor's personal fund, because
Word.
that was a word. That was a
That was a
word. No,
word.
no lies detected. All truths told. And
Mm-hmm.
I agree with everything he just said.
Man, you just because of the way you died does not make you the way you lived okay. You know, and that's why I even tell people who we've all known somebody who's a gangbanger, and we all know somebody who's been through some stuff, and nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I hate when you go to a funeral and you know this person was trifling, fought ratchet all the time. And we never know what their conversations are with God. We just know what they show us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We never know somebody's personal conversations with God. But then the family always sit there, oh, they my angel, and oh, they got him with these wings on. I'm like, now you know damn well their ass is not with no wings.
Right.
Maybe some chicken wings down in that hell frying them, but they ain't up. No,
You stupid.
but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
come on now.
And you know, to be very transparent and just to be like, you know, non-biased, people can probably say the same thing about George Floyd. Like, oh, the way he died shouldn't make him a hero. But, you know, because he had a criminal past, blah, 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 blah.
They could
But
say the
I
same thing.
don't believe that he was spewing hate.
I don't think he
is
wasn't.
different, right? Like, this
Yeah.
person lived on evil. You're spewing hate. You shouldn't, you're degrading every race. You're degrading
Yeah.
women. I mean,
And
George
that's
Floyd might have had sold a couple drugs or had some drug possession theft.
and I
I
think
don't
he was
see that
more
as
drug
spewing hate.
possession.
You're
Yeah.
not teaching that to the masses.
And that's kind of what I was saying too, because to me, if there's someone out here who's always violent, who's always killing people, who's always doing something, and then you end up getting killed, so now we got to be, oh no, we're not,
No,
oh
because
and oh.
when that happens, black people be like, karma. Like, we don't, it don't be no second thought. They be like, how you live is how you die. Black people say stuff like that. Like,
You know it
it
is.
don't
You
be
know they
no
do. And if they don't say
justification
it in
that
front of
y'all shouldn't
everybody,
kill Ray
everybody was
Ray
thinking it.
because, yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
friend
Ray
in
Ray not a
college.
hero because he got killed in the drive-by. Okay.
No,
Now, if the
he shouldn't
police
have been
would have
drive
killed him,
by.
that would have been something different. But,
If who would have killed him?
the police.
Oh yeah,
If the police
yeah.
would have killed Ray Ray, it would have been different, right? But Ray Ray just dying by the life that he chose, it's not gonna make him a hero.
And it hurt me one time. And my mom, I had to learn this because I tried to. I don't know if you ever experienced this with me. When I have a friend and I love a friend and I see them going through stuff, I always try to fix it, and I have to realize I can't fix it. It's really hard for me, and it's when God starts showing me stuff about this person's life. And I slowly but surely able to minister to that person. I've been doing this since I was younger. I want them to be better. I want to see them do it better. So I had this one friend in college. He actually wasn't in college. His girlfriend went there, but he was always up there. He's from the jungles. So we became cool and, stuff like that. Like, he really kind of started to change after hanging out with me. Like, when our first interaction, he tried to hit me with a car because he thought I was trying to get at his girlfriend. And I'm like, dude, she works with me. All the lights are off. It's dark. I'm not going to leave this girl standing in the parking lot by herself at 11 o'clock at night. Are
Right.
you kidding me?
Right.
And so then he was like, oh, okay. So me and him actually became cool. Long story short, I was living in Atlanta, and every now and then I look up somebody. I'm like, where they been? So I looked him up, and this fool moved to Vegas. Um, and he tried to do a home invasion robbery on somebody's house in Vegas and ended up getting killed during doing the home invasion robbery. And I was like shocked. You know what I mean? I'm like, dang, I knew him. Like, he was doing good. He was changing. And I was lightweight hurt. And so I called my mom. My mom was like, Jamil, you can't, you know what I mean, feel bad about it. She said, you planted a seed. She said it needed to be watered by somebody else. You did what you could do. But I
Right.
mean, if they decided to do whatever, go down whatever avenue they wanted to go down to, she's like, it's nothing you could do.
Right.
So I was just like, well, I mean, what do you expect is going to happen? You break into somebody's house, they don't know you. If I didn't know you, I would shoot you. You know?
Listen. I mean, and when you do stuff like that, that's just a chance you take, right?
Yeah, it's
You got to
Russian
go all
roulette.
in. You got to go
Yeah,
all in, knowing that you may not come out.
exactly. And that's the same with spewing hate and stupidity. Um, you think I'm pretty sure he thought he was protected because, oh, it's security around, and oh, I'm protected because I'm in this safe space, and the crowd is X amount of feet away from me. And I can spew this hate. Nothing's gonna happen. You know, you have that
Mhm.
false sense of security.
Mhm. Right.
So
Listen. You live how you. I mean, you die how you live. Some people say that,
mhm,
and I
mhm.
mean, maybe it should be applauded that he died in something the way that he believed. He said that they need more deaths to be able to have, the rights
The
to
Second
bear arms.
Amendment.
So
Yeah, yeah, mm.
maybe somebody will utilize his death to. I don't know what they would do. I don't know. I
I don't
don't
know.
know. All I
I'm
know
like,
is
my brain is thinking like somebody who may have been thinking that may have, you know, I don't want to. God can use things for different people. Somebody could see that who
Right.
was feeling the same kind of way and have a change of mind. Like, you know what? That way of thinking is not right. You know,
Mm-hmm.
let me go ahead and rethink about how I feel about people. You know, and it's an example. And then at the same time, you never know what they could have done in the future if they were still here. You know, you
Right.
never know what kind of other stuff they can spew because hate festers
Yeah.
and it grows and it starts to consume people. What was this I watched? It was something. There's an experiment where a class had, I think, a plant or something, and one plant they would tell the plant, "I love you every day. I love you every day. I love you every day." And then the other plant they would say, "I hate you. I hate you. I hate you." Of course, the plant that was told, "I hate you" every day ended up dying, while the other plant thrived. That's how hate works. That's how love works. Both of them are very contagious. Just which one do you want to have?
Right.
You know?
Right.
I come from a spirit of love. I come from, speaking of spirit of love, that's what me and my god sister actually talked about yesterday in our Bible study was the fruit of the spirit. And the
Mm-hmm.
first fruit of the spirit is love. And everyone knows that Jesus is love. If you truly love, you truly have some Jesus, you know, and everything that falls under that fruit of the spirit. And I'm not getting preachy on y'all, but I mean, if you have just the foundation of love, then you have patience, peace, kindness, self-control, gentleness, goodness, faithfulness. Um, oh, it's one more. Wait, not joy, peace. But anyway, you have them. But still, you know what I mean? But the basis is love. If you're gonna have hate, you're gonna build hate. Bottom line.
Right. And if you're just perceived as a hateful person, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know,
I just don't know what people expect.
I don't even. I just expect. I'm
Right.
praying for us to get to some unity. That this storm hurry up and passes. You know, um, I really think they need to put a cap on the age you can be in Congress. The age you could, they got a cap on how old you can be before you're president, but they don't have a cap on how old you can be while being president.
Mm-hmm.
I think there should be a cap on that because people get stuck in ideologies and don't want to change
Right.
and listen to where the times are going or understand different things that you weren't brought up with because stuff is different.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to stay up with the times, not with the times. You know what I mean? I just like to know what's going on. And
Right.
even the same with some of my elders. They're like, I'm not stuck in this way because I grew up in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. You know, let times are changing, people are changing. Let me kind of evolve with y'all. I don't have to necessarily be walking around here with my pants sagging and eyelashes all the way to the ceiling. No, but you know, let me go ahead and evolve and learn and see where people's mind frames are, so that way we can kind of meet on a level together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, that's all I have today. I think we talked about a bunch. I think it's a lot of food for thought. Um, and that's pretty much what I really like for us to do. Let's have the conversation. Let's have the food for thought. Um, and as well as being respectful of different people's ideas and ideology, but don't spew your hate on me.
Right. And don't get mad if I say something to you. Because honestly,
Mm,
I mean, I feel like that situation, outside of other situations, outside of after voting, I mean, there's a lot of situations that is just opening up our eyes to the people that we surround ourselves by.
yeah,
So if I choose not to associate with someone that is mourning the death of someone that has been so hateful, it's my prerogative, just like it's your prerogative to mourn their death. I mean, If you want to have
Right.
empathy for somebody that didn't believe in it, I mean, I'm not going to question your values.
No.
I just know that
I
he wouldn't
just
want you to feel that way for him. I'm just saying.
that to me would just show me who you were as a person,
Yeah.
and what you kind
And
of
I'm at an
feel
age
deep
where
down
I'm not going to
inside.
argue about it. We're not
No.
arguing. I'm just going to be done.
Right. Deuces.
Because
I ain't even
you're
gonna give you
clearly
deuces. You just
standing and
wonder
you're
why I'm not
talking to your
calling.
ignorance as well.
Right. So I don't feel bad. Just like y'all don't feel bad.
I don't, he just doesn't, I mean, outside of, our conversation today, maybe
Hmm.
me looking him up to find out who you actually, there's no energy there. Now,
No,
when now people
no.
are starting to act on what he's doing and, project that, then you're gonna get some energy, but it's still not gonna be
No,
for him.
no. It's not going to be for him, and I think even the conversation we had today really wasn't about him. It was about the bigger picture around him,
Yeah.
and we just had to put the stuff out there about why this is going on and what kind of stuff he's influenced that hasn't been helpful for the country, and just shed to light, especially
Right.
with the 9.8. They don't know
Yeah.
him. I
I
mean,
feel
they've
like
heard
people
of
would
him now.
really need to use the education that you have, or
Yeah,
it's taken away. Um, use the education that you have to look into things.
yeah,
And
yeah.
granted, form an educated, fact supported opinion.
Hmm.
Because I
And
feel like
don't.
once you really lay things out, you'll probably question yourself as to why you made some of the choices you made.
Right, right. And use credible sources. Wikipedia can be changed, so don't trust Wikipedia.
Hey,
You find some credible sources, and it takes research. It wasn't like how it was back in our day where we had to have a 26-volume encyclopedia and you hope and pray that the subject was in there. If not, you were taking a trip to the library and praying and hoping they had a book on that subject after you looked through hundreds and hundreds of cards looking for that book. It's at your fingertips. Use
listen.
it. So, well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And as always, Reeta P, thank you for joining me. It's a blast. And I think we got some good conversation today. I think we had a very good show for everybody. So I hope you guys like it and tune in despite our
Hopefully,
technical
hopefully, we said
difficulties.
some of the things that you guys have been thinking, some of the things that you wanted to
Yes.
say but didn't or couldn't say. And if there's something else you want to say, you could drop something in the comments.
Drop something in the
It
comments.
don't,
Let
the
us
conversation ain't
know.
got to stop right here. Yeah.
We could do a part two. We
We could
always
do a
could do a
part two.
part
I'm
two.
sure there'll be a part two. It'll be a
Oh,
part 155, because
exactly. Exactly.
we're only
Because
what, 9 months, almost 10 months in.
right.
Like
Lord Jesus,
every month is
please,
going to be a chapter. So.
please let this time go by. Please, Lord, let this time go by. No, but
Listen,
again, the conversation continues, and again, whatever you guys want to talk about, let us know. If you guys are doing a mover and shaker in your community, or if you guys have something that you want us to highlight, please again us in the comments. Let us know, and then we can reach out to you and possibly have you on the show as well. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.
bye.